Lately, back with another video, and this is the Quad Season 2, Episode 1, Love and Trouble. Yes, you are going to get this review in Bonnet Chronicles because I'm tired, but I want to do this review because I know I got quite a bit of stuff to do for the rest of the week. I got to get ready for my ski trip, and so, yeah. You're gonna get Bonnet Chronicles with the review tonight. So the show opens up with a campus-wide concert. Cedric is performing, and this is in support of the New Africa movement. The students are on the campus; they're dancing. You got the fraternities and the sororities strolling and stepping. And it looks like it is a good old time. While they're doing that, they are showing Caesar Diamond at the doctor getting poked, stuck test, and having all these different things taking place in order, I guess, to track and see where he at in terms of his cancer. Gamu is at crossroads because apparently there's been talks about Dr. Fletcher wanting to being approached as merging Gamu with the Atlanta college systems, which would, they'll become, instead of being an independent HBCU, they'll come under a merger with the Atlantic school system. And I think they said it's like merging with a predominantly white institution. And the students are really not feeling that. They're saying, we're threatened to not pay our tuition so the administration can hear us. So it's a little protest. Mind you, it was a concert, mini protest. Now all of this is going on while Eva and Coach Harwood is sitting down with Terrence's family. As you know, Terrence committed suicide in the last episode of season 1. And the parent and Eva and Coach is sitting with Terrence's family. And I guess they're working out the terms of the settlement. And as one final request, Terrence, I'm assuming that's Terrence's mother, she is asking Eva to do a public apology. The football team is gathering. They had won they won the championship trophy, and the team is pretty much admiring it. And Bo John just telling them we work hard. We need to go after another one of these. However, one of the teammates mentioned, I guess Coach had put everybody on the team names engraved on a trophy, and it was mentioned that why Terrence's name was left off. They said he worked just as hard and his name deserved to be on the trophy as well. Madison's boyfriend finally came to visit her, and they pretty much, he was saying something about going to a hotel room, and she was saying nonsense. They was about to get down, but Sydney interrupted, but she just simply forgot something and told them to carry on. From there, Sydney and Eva are meeting with the therapist. Apparently, Sydney, she doing, her healing and her recovery process has been consist of seeing a therapist, journaling, as well as going to self-defense classes. Sydney says she feels like she's at the point that she can go ahead and let the therapist go, because she feel like, she don't want to continue to feel like she's broken, and she don't want to feel like Terrence still has control of her from the grave. And so Eva just wanted to make sure Sydney is aware of what she's doing, and that she's also, make sure she's making the right decision. But Sydney had agreed that she will continue to journal, and she will continue to take her self-defense class. Noni has a new roommate, and apparently Noni's new roommate is says love interest. What's her name? Brawin. That's the girl said hooked up with in the last episode of season 1. So now she is Noni's roommate and apparently Ced's new girl. Eva goes and meets with another, I guess it's one of the Atlanta state officials, and she pretty much tells them that GAMU is deciding not to go with the merger, and that they're going to carry on as being independent. Apparently the guy is trying to talk Eva out of the, not pursuing the deal, but she decides to decline and she leaves. While she's doing that, Cecil Diamond is having dinner with his sister. Look like they're trying to rebuild their relationship and move forward in life. And she's just telling him to take it easy with what he eat, and he said he's waiting on his test results to see where he at in his process. Meanwhile, while they're dining, Cecil runs into the band director who stole his music at the Battle of the Bands. Cecil, so angry, he leaps across the table, damn near choking the director out. And he told him you'll do anything to get ahead. And then he was like, you should be careful of your, he mentions, I can't remember the exact words, but he mentioned something about you need to be careful. Your little saxophone, protege, was a real help. So that got Cecil wheels turning, because, he thought that the drum major, pretty much was the one that gave, released the lyrics to him. Junior is meeting with Coach, and apparently he's not eligible to be on the football team. So Coach is encouraging him to try to bring his grades up. Terrence saying this is all he knows, this is his life, and Coach is not feeling that, because that's the same exact words that Terrence had said about the football team, right before he committed suicide. So Coach is encouraging Junior to connect with Bojan and other teammates and trying to bring his grades up. Meanwhile, we go to Madison. She's on the phone. She's upset. She's crying. And apparently the boyfriend that came to, visit her really was only interested in getting one last hurrah. And then he decided to break up with her. As revenge, Sydney encouraged Madison to go bust his car up. So they got their baseball bats, they're keying the hell out this car. All while Jasmine Sutherland's bust the windows out your car is playing in the background. So how fitting was that? Meanwhile, Cecil calls Noni into a meeting, trying to find out what happened with his music. And he's trying to use a little reverse psychology on her. And, he was just telling Noni how he knew the drum major since he was a little boy. He pretty much, watched him grow into the man he is today. He just kind of find it hard to believe that he would portray him by giving up his music. So in other words, he's trying to use reverse psychology on Noni, but she ain't giving in. She ain't trying to go. So, she plays the nut role and she say, I got to get on to rehearsal. Ced's girlfriend, I guess since now she's on campus, she thinks she could just pops up when she feel like it. So she pops up to Ced and Bryce's room. Ced don't want to be bothered. He said he hasn't had a moment to himself at all because she's just been up under him. So he gets Bryce to open the door, and Bryce simply tells her that he's not there. He introduces herself. She introduces herself. And then he closes the door. Of course, Brolin, whatever that girl name is, she hears the voices. So it shows her knocking on the door. And then Bryson is telling Ced, you got to deal with this. I ain't in your drama. But when Ced goes to open the door, it's a bunch of people dressed in black. And they're looking for Bryson. So Bryson, leaves out the room with the quickness. So it is what I'm thinking is going to come down the pipeline that Bryson is pledging a fraternity. So that's what I'm getting from that. From there, Eva goes to make amends and visit Jason. Jason is not, hearing it. he told her, we're pretty much going to go our separate ways. And he said he is, have decided just to finish out the term at GAMU, but then he's gonna make a move back to Connecticut and get back into his old program. So Eva is kind of salty about it. She then goes on to confront Cecil about his behavior. He pretty much ain't trying to hear her. He pretty much don't want to be, bothered with, Eva. She also goes to mention that she know that he is sick, and he was like, "What sickness? What did you see?" And then she said, "I guess I didn't see anything at all." So Coach Harwood calls a team meeting, and during this team meeting, he is reading segments of Terrence's suicide letter. And then he said, did anybody have an idea that he might contemplate suicide? Did anybody have an idea he was out here, assaulting these women? And the guys pretty much said they didn't know. And then they said, well, do you all know that Junior is ineligible to be on the team right now? So Coach Harwood is really pushing for the team to man up, not only play the sport and be great athletes, but also look out for each other and build a brotherhood. Because he just feels like, there's some downfalls and, things that he feel like we so focused on winning, we're missing the big picture here. So he really wants the guys to step up, take ownership for their actions, and also help one another up and one another out in times of need. So Madison and Sydney is throwing this F. Ryan's party. They invited pretty much all the girls on campus. They dancing, drinking, smoking, having a good time. And all of a sudden, Sid busts up into the party looking for his girlfriend. So everybody's telling her she don't need to go. You don't have to answer to him and what not. And she goes anyway. But she told him she knows that he don't want to be really bothered with her. So she's going to go back to her party. Meanwhile, on the next day, everybody's pretty much hungover. Madison ends up texting Ryan talking about we need to talk. And she's sitting there waiting for the response. And I really think, Ryan's not going to respond back to her. So, Sydney is out on campus. Well, this happened a little earlier, but we can go back to Sydney was out on campus enjoying a latte, and she ran into Eva's man, Jason. And then he said, "Oh, I remember you. Let's keep in touch. I got your number, blah, 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 blah." I think this finna be some dirt bulls, because in this next scene with Sydney and Eva, they was having a chat, and Eva was telling Sydney that Terrence's parents was asking for an apology, and she was saying, would this help us move forward? If it does, go ahead and do it. And so it's like she gave, Eva the go-to. Let's do the apology. Let's move forward. Let's just get it, behind us. So meanwhile, when Sydney walks off, she sees that Jason is checking her out. I think Jason finna be on some dirt moves with Sydney. I hope not, but Sydney's been really doing that self-defense. So if he do get fresh with her, he might be getting his butt whooped. So back to the band. Cecil is in rehearsal with the band. They got another competition coming up. And he's talking about, we're family, we're loyal, and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, he just told Nani to get out. You're not part of the band. And he packed her stuff up and kicked her bag off to the side. And pretty much that lets Noni know, I know what you did, and you're no longer a member of this band. So Noni, she's not sure what she's gonna do. She's got that, oh my God, he found out type of look. And that was pretty much it. From there, the episode ends with Eva giving a public apology, talking about, we are a family, and then she says she's really gonna strive to be more constant, she's going to focus more on, being conscious not only of the student, just the overall student, but the student's mental health. And, you know, she's just encouraging people to get help, and mental illness is real. Real. And then while she's doing that, Tanisha is taping her, and she has tears in her eyes, and she was just saying that Terrence don't deserve this apology. He doesn't deserve this. You know, he doesn't deserve this apology. You know, he did what he did, and Eva's pretty much letting her know that she know. Also with Tanisha did offer to help Junior out and help Junior out in hopes of, you know, improving his grades. So this episode was really kind of light. I believe it's gonna work its way up. Definitely next week is gonna be intriguing. I guess Nani's gonna, you know, try to get, you know, back into the you know, band. And it looks like, you know, Terrence's parents are not easily gonna go off into the sunset. So like they're gonna come back around. So that is it. That is all. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. I mean, it was okay. It was like real light for the first episode. So yeah, we'll see how it goes as the season progresses. But I do plan to review this show. So like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos. And yeah, not sure it'll be another Bonnet Chronicles, but it is what it is. Have a good evening.